and I had some of them on the ground. So this one I had on the ground. So you can see it's kind of corroded. So when Christmas comes around this year, I will come back around and probably rub all that off. But those were on the ground. The ones on my roof actually were not as bad. These are the ones on the roof. So they probably dried out better than the ones I had in stakes on the ground. And then my front door, I had covered in just red, orange, blue, and green in the C7 size. And then I went last year, I kind of went overboard and I bought all the different colors. So we have teal and white, pink, blue, and purple. And then I bought boxes, which when you open them, just look amazing. I'll move some of these. It's just fun to open them. You can see how pretty they look. So here we have yellow. We'll put them in. We have yellow, which when you can see, they're just fun to open. So I put them back in the box every year because it just looks cool. And then here's teal, which I really like the teal. I had a teal and purple tree in my front yard. And there's teal. Here is pink. The other pink's over there, which as you can see, when you open it, it just looks so cool. They're so bright, even though they're retro colored. They're supposed to be retro. And then here's purple. And then I got a teal and purple or teal and pink tree last year in front of my house, or in my front room, which was pretty cool. So I wanted to try something different. So those are the colors. And I'll show what they look like. So here we have the yellow one all lit up. You can see it looks pretty cool in the dark. So here we have the teal one all lit up, and it looks really cool. Here we have the purple all lit up. It's looking nice. And here we have the pink all lit up, which also looks nice. So those are the 4 colors I got. Honestly, now let's look at the true tone, or the jewel tone. Honestly, I really like the jewel tone. I just think I was always, as a kid, a fan of the clear ones. So I've really come to like these. So we'll put these in. I have red and green, because I don't remember where I put the red. On my bushes, I had a green jewel tone and green classy color on the same bushes every other one. So it was green with a mixture of the 2 types of green, which I thought was really cool. This is actually magenta, it looks like. So this one is actually magenta. So here's the magenta and the green lit up in the daylight. As you can see, it looks pretty cool. So I'll put it down here. So there's magenta and green in the day. And here is orange. The orange that lights up. And here is an orange, just Lowe's or Home Depot version from last year. I don't remember exactly where I got it from, but so there's a little bit of difference, but honestly you can't really tell. And I had them up on my roof, and so you couldn't tell at all. So then there's orange. Next we will do blue. So there's blue, which doesn't look as dark. And here's blue with the clear glass. So that one actually looks a little different in the light. It does look whiter on here. I might have used this blue one and maybe kind of faded last year. I don't know. I can't tell in the light. So because these have all been used for a year. So there's blue, but you can it's hot, so I can't let them stay on too long or I'll burn my fingers. So here's red on this side, here's red, here's the two reds, which look pretty cool. I really like the red. And then next we have magenta. So here's magenta next to the real other red. I don't use magenta as much. Here's the, I guess, magenta. So those are the big colors. So next we have the star. It's pressed aluminum, maybe, I don't know. But it has that retro star look. We had it on the tree last year. So we have a blue, red, white, yellow, and then the jewel tone red, just to see what it looks like. And it has this really cool cable, which I really liked. So it has a real, like...
Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza. Try it for the first time tonight.
This is phenomenal.
Allegra is the allergy relief with 0% brain interference, so you can use it even when you're driving. It's a no-brainer.
Use Kayak's best time to travel tool to find the perfect time to go wherever you're going. Then, do what people do. Get distracted shopping for sun hats, celebrities in sun hats, celebrity homes, lawn ornaments. What were you doing again? Oh yeah, back to Kayak for a great deal.
The most sacred thing in life isn't the path. It's the freedom to choose it. Your freedom is the roar of one man's engine and the silence of another's. So choose, but choose wisely. Choose what makes you happy. My friends, my family, my work make me happy. This Jeep makes
like quality and retro feel to it. I also purchased the larger patio lights. I don't really remember what you call them. E16 base, maybe? I forgot. I'll look it up. And these have True Tone on them. Also, I have white and yellow. And I wanted some that I could use year round because they are not cheap. I don't want them just sitting in my garage 9 months out of the year. So I've had these on the patio out back every night. And I just love the glow they give. I had just white ones, and then I bought yellow ones to add to it, or the other way around. And so I have a mixture of yellow and white ones on my back porch now. And they just light up the back porch every night. So I don't know, there's more colors. I don't know, you have to like make a project and you can make like the cool different things with them. So maybe I'll try that sometime. So it's got some paint on the metal. Not that really matters. Oh, so does that, never mind, so that's normal. So, but yeah, they say True Tone, which I think is pretty cool. Part of the reason I want to make this video is because of the cables. I was looking online last year trying to find the cable because they offer a deluxe cable and like a premium cable. I couldn't tell what the difference was, so I actually ordered 4 of one and then realized later I did not order the deluxe cable. So I wanted to show those cables because I think they're really cool. So this is just the normal cable to start with. It's like a normal Christmas cable. And it has normal pieces that you connect to. And then it has cool little cardboard sticker on it. You know, it gives you that this is not a toy, which I thought was kind of fun. It says like something, do not remove this label. And True Tone just kind of keeps it with that retro vibe they're going with. And so if you plug this in, you can get really cool, lights with it. There you go. So there's orange. And we'll put a red one in there with it. Orange. As you can see, during the day it's kind of hard. I'll come back later and get some dark pictures. So that's just a normal cable, normal thickness. Feels like a normal Christmas cable. But they do have normal clips. I like the red and the green. And then the clips on it. These are for indoor use only, I think. We used them on a Christmas tree because with the lights And with these, it just made the tree look really cool. Here's the cable I really wanted to show. This is the deluxe version, and as you can see, it's a lot thicker, but it uses that same cable, but it's that braided, thick cable, and has these cool connectors. I know there's like terms for them, but I'm not up to date with all that kind of stuff. So it has the retro look. They're really big. We used this over the fireplace last year. Plug this in, it has the same sticker, but nice and thick quality. But when you plug these in with the colors, we'll put a blue one in this time, it just looks awesome. So that's the blue. This is my favorite wire. These are really expensive, so I only have one. So my goal this year is to do a lot better. I got kind of overboard last year and made 3 or 4 purchases, and then every time you purchase, it was extra shipping. So hopefully I can do better this time and not have all the shipping fees. I've actually already made a pre-order for this year. And the other thing that people always bring up is the flasher bulbs. They don't make a flasher bulb yet. They had commented on one of my videos once and said they were working on it. I'm sure that's not easy to make a flasher bulb. I think they're extremely random. So by making a flasher bulb that does not feel computerized, I think would be really hard. If they do it, I will buy some. So I'm waiting. But, so you know, the flasher ones, they use heat to flash. I think this was a flasher bulb. Or twinkle bulb, as apparently they're called. So here's a twinkle, and then here's a True Tone blue. These are just twinkle ones I bought online, and I mixed the twinkle in with the blue, but as you can see, so on my garage you couldn't really tell. It looked super cool, but these do take up more energy, so if I plug it into the watt meter, it'll shoot up every time this goes on, and then so it kind of cuts into how many you can plug in. I had everything plugged into 3 or 4 wires last year, and I think I had a total of like 45 or 60 watts last year. So I actually set up 2 Christmas lights shows. I basically have all my normal LED bulbs that I put out, and then I had all the True Tones over them also. And so at night, the other LEDs would shut off that were in my trees, that were in my bushes, and then I let the blue or the True Tone ones stay on all night long, and it just had the True Tone look from all night until 6 or 7 in the morning. And my electric bill barely changed. I can't tell because I don't use air conditioning this summer, so my electric bill in this winter drops so much anyways that it's not even worth it for me to pay attention. Alright, so here's blue in the daylight, and here's blue at night. Here's green in the daylight. Here's green at night. Here's orange in the daylight. And here's orange at night. Here's white in the daylight. And here's white at night. And here's red in the daylight. And here's red at night. Here's purple in the daylight. And here's purple at night. Actually came out pretty cool. Here's teal. This is my favorite color, so I really want teal to just be perfect for me, like Jacksonville Jaguars teal. So here's teal at the daylight, and here's teal at night. And here's pink in the daylight, and pink at night. Here's jewel tone green in the daylight, and jewel tone green at night. Here's jewel tone magenta in the daylight, jewel tone magenta at night. Here we have the jewel tone. Here's green. I'll come try it out, see what it looks like. There we go. There's green, as you can see. Looks very nice. Here's blue. I think these ones might have faded a little bit because they don't look as blue, but we'll see what they look like in the dark. How they look. Orange, jewel tone, orange jewel tone. That one's really bright. Orange jewel tone. Here's red jewel tone. Plug it in. There's red. Here's magenta jewel tone. And there we go. See? Alright, so those are C9s. Also, a cool little story is, you think Christmas lights don't matter, or if you think they're just for fun. I had a neighbor who passed away last year, and her husband told me that before she passed, doing her treatment, she would sit outside and watch the Christmas lights from her window, and that has encouraged me to keep doing more. So this year I'm going to try to do red, green, blue, and orange around the whole house, if I can afford it, and I'll put it around, so I'll kind of candy cane the house, so that'll look really cool. Thanks everyone for watching. My house has that electro look to it now at Christmas for a little bit, and the house looks different than everybody else's house. Or it looks like I had to do a lot of work to make all the lights not blow fuses, but that's not been an issue. And so I've had lots of them plugged in. Thanks for listening. See you at Christmas time. GoDaddy Arrow is so easy.